What's going on YouTube? So coming back, this is actually the last game of the 2005 regular season. So if you guys can look at the Heisman watch here, still currently in first with 51 total touchdowns on the year, and I want to say just over like 3,500 yards, close to, not quite close to 4,000 yet. Might be after this game, but nonetheless, good season obviously so far. So you take a look at the polls. FSU sitting just outside, USC at number 4, and then of course Pitt at number 2. Auburn looks like we will be most likely playing in the SEC championship. They seem to be the clear-cut favorite out of the SEC West. I don't even know if another team's ranked. Ole Miss. So yeah, maybe Ole Miss. We already beat them this year though, and Auburn only has 1 loss. Ole Miss has 3, so it's probably going to be Auburn. So we do play Kentucky today, last game of the year, another rivalry game, playing against Andre Woodson. So get the ball after deferring, and handing it off to Gerald Riggs. I figured I'd get a lot more work done in the running game today, just further that to make sure I'm ready for the SEC championship, and then hopefully the BCS national championship. Feels weird to say that now. So doing pretty good so far on the first drive. Obviously, Kentucky did not score on their first drive, went 3 and out. So a little bit of a horse collar looking tackle there. As you see, our offense has been pretty solid this year, averaging just over 470 yards a game. So get close to the end zone here, but I believe tackled just outside, and then we'll get in on the following play for the touchdown. So that gives us the 7-0 lead, and we get the ball back after an interception. Andre Woodson, if you guys remember him, he was a pretty solid quarterback for Kentucky, honestly. I'm pretty sure that's him. I'm like 95% sure. I'd have to look back and check. He'd probably be a sophomore this year, I would say, because he was drafted after the 2007 season. Anyway, looking outside here, not quite able to get in the end zone, so we will end up handing it off to Gerald Riggs on the following play. Let's see if we can wind the clock down here a little bit. But he will actually. Kentucky Stadium was surprisingly loud at some points. I didn't think it was that loud. I've never been to a Kentucky game, but anyway, hand it off here. Able to get Gerald Riggs in, barely over the plane for the touchdown, and giving us the 14-0 lead. So establishing a solid lead in the first quarter, and looking to hand the ball to Gerald Riggs again up the middle. So he's having a good game so far. Outside there, looking for another good gain of about 7 or 8 yards. Picking up the first down. Riggs is in the zone here. So tried to pitch it to him, but got tackled a little bit too early. I normally keep it myself, but he was in the zone, so I want to try to hit him there. So keep it in myself here. Trying to bounce off the tackle, end up bouncing off of it straight to the ground. Bringing up a first down and 10 inside Kentucky territory. Don't know why I tried to quiet the fans down there. But handing off to Gerald Riggs on the outside. Tried to juke, but not much doing there. But still like a good 20-yard gain on the play. Brings us to the second quarter. Looking outside here, actually got the pitch off there, maybe only got about 3 additional yards, but nonetheless, 9-yard gain. Bringing up a second down and 1, so a little bit of running room on the outside for about 5 yards on the play. Gave me over 75 total yards on the game, so me and Gerald Riggs here are both in the zone. So I believe this was a speed option, triple option. Okay, so able to get outside there. Thinking about the pitch, but trying to make it to the end zone myself. None of the sorts ended up happening, and then sneak it in on the following play, breaking the actually the individual score rushing record at Tennessee there for a single season. And I mean, keep on going with Gerald Riggs the way he was going this season, and probably he would have broken it too. I believe he was at like 1,350 total yards, and I don't even the last few games I really haven't been giving it to him that much. And actually end up pulling Gerald Riggs right around the end of the first quarter for Arian Foster. Try to get Arian Foster a couple looks early in his career. I believe he's only a redshirt freshman in this season. I think he graduated 2008, or he was, I'm not sure if he tried to declare if he graduated, but anyway, he was signed as an undrafted free agent after the 2008 college football season. Obviously not that highly touted coming out of college, going undrafted, but broke out with the Texans. Anyway, looking to put up 28 points before half here. Good stiff arm there, but tackle hit pretty hard on the following play. Gets us inside the 13-yard line, and looking at another first down. At first, Arian Foster wasn't really able to find any running room and seemed to be a little bit tough. But got better as the game went along. Triple option was very, very friendly to us this game. Good juke move there. Didn't get much further, about 5 or 6 yards on the play, actually. Yeah, about 5 or 6. Getting close to halftime here. Not able to find much room there. Had to kick the field goal and take the 24-0 lead in half. So we did get the ball to begin the second half. And I believe this was a very, very quick drive. I want to say. I'm not 100% sure. But got the good gain on the first play there. And a good 20-yard run up the middle. So yeah, we do get the spin to the outside. Not quite able to outrun the safety, but about a 50-yard run nonetheless. And able to get us down inside the 10-yard line. Arian Foster was. So it was by far his biggest gain of the game so far. And like I said, able to set us up inside the 10. Not able to quite find the way into the end zone there, but able to sneak it in on the following play. I believe that was my second touchdown of the game, second or third. All on the ground. So like I said, Arian Foster not able to find much room early. Stuffed after that big run. Bringing up a second down and 10. Able to get outside here for about maybe 9 yards on the play. Getting close to 200 total yards on the day. Do we give it to the No, don't hand it to Arian Foster there. Gets us the first down, about a 4-yard gain. So kind of pacing the drive here. Put a roll out there. Somehow able to find about 5 yards on the QB choice. Looked like a broken play. Also, if you guys could tell, there was not a whole lot of throwing going on in this game. I actually went through I don't know if I threw a pass in the first half. Really only threw about 5 passes total this game. Really just, like I said, wanted to get the rushing game ready, because that is obviously my primary look. Make sure that's ready for the SEC championship. Big game most likely against Auburn. And I also haven't played a team inside the top 10 in a few weeks. These last 3 games have been against 3 subpar, kind of mediocre teams. So anything I felt like I had to shore up, wanted to do it in this game. But able to get in the red zone again inside the 10-yard line. Fourth quarter, 31-0 lead. Able to get down inside the 5, spin in for the touchdown. I don't think that was an option. I just think that was a QB sneak. But anyway, got 38-0 lead, and able to get up to 400 rushing yards on that play for the game. So got a massive amount of rushing yards so far in the game. Just able to rack up more on that play. I really did try to look for the pitch quite a bit, but I either got tunnel vision or it just wasn't there. A lot of times it just wasn't there, and if it was, would have been the same as taking it myself, and I'm always going to take it myself. It's the same as taking the pitch. But anyway, Arian Foster gets loose there for about the 60-yard touchdown on the play, so adding another big run to his repertoire this game, giving us the 45-0 lead, and really just pulled away from Kentucky in this game. Wasn't really close at any point in time. So Foster able to break loose one more time, and really broke loose in the second half here for his 3rd touchdown in the game. That pretty much brings it to the end of the game. I tried to get a little bit of passing in just to pad the passing stats a little bit, but dropped there. Was hoping the drop bug was going to go away, but kind of hasn't. So a little roll out there, find number 17 on the outside for my first completion of the game. And one last play, just like I said, trying to pad the stats a little bit, get a Darian Foster for his 4th total touchdown of the game and my 5th. So that brings us to a final score of 58-0. You know, big game for Andy Millie. I believe over 300. Might not have been over 300. Might have been about 280. But I think it was 300 total yards and 5 touchdowns. So good game for Arian Foster. Good glimpse into the future there. And yeah, we'll be coming back next with the SEC championship game. If you want to check out the past 2 videos, they will be in the outro next. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah. Game against Memphis that I was going to try to do was ink a little bit more possession timeout. So that just means maybe take a little bit more time selecting my plays, especially when I run the ball and get completed passes. You know, make sure I keep that momentum going and maybe wind the clock down a little bit more. But as you guys can see, we get the first